Social media activism is not just about giving people a voice, but giving them a way to collaborate, contribute, and connect. Across platforms, activists are just doing the same. In our hunt to understand this new phenomenon, we met such voices, and one inspiring individual is V Shakti. In 2015, V Shakti became the most followed differently abled Indian on Twitter. He is also a tech blogger and a disability activist. Personalities like former US President Barack Obama follow him on Twitter.
So I wrote one piece on Huffington Post about, it was an open letter to the Prime Minister about how I was not happy with the policies and how the differently able people, right? If you look at it, there are 70 million people of us in India. But does any political party care about us? No. Does any government have any policies that are properly defined and executed for us? No. Why? Because we are not a vote bank. We can't even get to the voting booth to cast our votes because that's not an accessible place. Right? If you are a religious minority, a caste, a creed, or a geographical group or something like that, every party will come and try to please you. But if you are differently able, you are not falling into these categories, nobody wants to listen to you. So I wrote a piece on Huffington Post about this. It started trending. I did not go and ask people to trend it. I wrote it and I shared it once. Every editor of every major publication liked it and they started talking about it. On a Monday morning it was trending for 2-3 hours. And the PMO got notified about it. And I got contacted by the PMO to come and talk to the government about accessibility policies when the next meeting happened in Mumbai. Right? And then I got to participate in all these initiatives, Accessible India and all that, whatever the government is trying now. So that I would say is very influential because otherwise for someone like me to get a voice, to even get somebody in the PMO to listen to what I'm saying would have been impossible without Huffington Post and the Twitter getting together to get me that influence. I got onto Twitter just to see what it was. Those days Twitter was very interesting. You could talk to anybody from anywhere. We actually helped each other to get our work done those days. Unlike today, right? Today, politics has taken over Twitter and spoiled about 60 to 70% of the whole experience. There's so much noise there. You have to filter the noise to do something serious on Twitter. Someone like me who can't move around a lot physically, social media is a good medium to express, be heard, sometimes take a stand, sometimes try to help people. So then slowly, somehow people started getting interested in what I have to say and people started following me. And then one thing led to the other and I kind of stayed on Twitter. And my plan was always to integrate social activism in it. I just had to wait, like I told you, to get into critical mass, have a voice that people listen to before I start doing that. To do that, I had to use technology as my enabler. That's one thing I'm good at. Once I build an audience, then I can diversify the topics that I'm talking about. So I slowly started writing on my Twitter profile that I am a disabled person. And I got trolled for that very badly. Right? So Twitter basically gives me the power to be myself without physical restriction. So I kind of like the place. And I stayed there. And fingers crossed, people like what I have to say. So it's helped me to grow a network and become a voice for the differently able people. Right? What I do is I use my expertise in social media to actually do workshops every month. I train differently able people to use digital and social to make a living. After I train them, I also help them to get a job. I had to work hard to get listened to, right? Once you get around about 10,000 followers is when everybody else starts taking you seriously. Till then you're just another person, right? Nobody adds any credence to what you have to say. Once you grow a bigger and bigger audience, then people start listening to you. And then there's a sense in you giving them a message. And then, contemporary media outlets also start coming and talking to you when they see that you have an audience. Now, if I keep talking about politics all the time, it's very easy to talk about politics. Anybody who reads a newspaper can have an opinion and talk about it. But can you bring around a change, right? You can be part of the crowd. The challenge is to be a face in the crowd. Most people are not trying to do that.
Moving on from one inspiring voice to another aspiring voice, we met Nandita Krishna, a 5th year law student who has been in recent news for her #IWillGoOut campaign. She is a rising voice for women's safety on social media, and this is her take on social media activism. Okay, so as we all know, you work on social issues like child and women rights. So your group Night in My Shiny Now, so how did it get started?
So it's a very new group in the sense it was, we started it on the 7th of January, on the 4th of January, after we read the reports. We said, and in fact the Commissioner of Police of Bengaluru said, we don't have any evidence of it happening at all. And that's what bothered us, because all of us have grown up and at some point in our lives have experienced this. How can they keep denying a reality? That's why we started this group, so that we let people know that this happens to everybody, and let's all work towards a solution instead of living in denial and thinking this doesn't even happen in the first place.
So the next question, how do you educate people on this issue using social media and sites like Facebook?
So we use social media in order to mobilize people. The entire, like I said, we wanted to generate awareness in the first place before we take on any other projects. And in order to generate awareness, we decided we'd conduct 2 events. And both events were conducted and invited through Facebook. And that way Facebook has been of supreme help in reaching out to so many people that we otherwise couldn't have. Within 6 hours, the event page that we created got over 1,000 people interested. And we thought there'd be like 200 people who genuinely come. But the response was overwhelming. We also use Twitter a lot, because Twitter really helps in terms of when you hashtag and when it starts trending, a lot of people start speaking about it. For example, the hashtag #IWillGoOut started trending not just all over India, even the National Commission for Women picked it up and they said this is a great initiative by women in Bengaluru. So yeah.
Exactly. So can technology and growing social media ensure women's safety?
Of course, social media, like I said, is mostly for awareness, is to generate dialogue, discussion and debate and get people talking about solutions and meeting for solutions, etc. Whereas technology itself, there are so many amazing applications now on your phones, or even like, generally there are new websites, etc. that have come up that help in women's safety for sure. So yeah, of course it helps.
And do you think on-field activism will be much more effective than online?
Well, it really depends on the kind of cause. Particularly to us, because we're saying we want more women to reclaim public spaces, we require us to actually go physically and reclaim public spaces. However, in terms of in other issues, or even in this issue, different aspects, like I can reach out to people in Delhi and Bhopal and Lucknow, etc., which I couldn't just by going out in Bangalore. So that way also it's helped.
So is digital or social media activism paving the way for change?
Of course.
Okay.
We see so many revolutions, like we had the entire Arab Spring, all of that has been completely online. Or even, for example, on the 21st, the US Women's March that happened, people who have never met before came together because of social media and took out such a huge march. So yeah.
So it's possible?
Of course.
The biggest advantage of social media is that it propagates ideas that have the power to bring change irrespective of age or any other background. One such example is Sham Sridhar, a 10th grade student. He is the creator of Tree Book, a mobile app for nature lovers. It started out as a school project and soon turned into a dedicated venture to save trees. And here he is talking about his activism.
The main purpose of our app is to actually connect up the individual to their own tree during its different growth stages. Now this is one feature that definitely could not be included in any existing social media platform. So hence this gave us a reason to actually go out and build our own application, which I think will definitely go in a long way in ensuring that the trees are actually being taken care of and increasing the efficiency of our tree plantation initiatives. So it's definitely not the only medium, but it's definitely the most effective and the most efficient medium to get your way done. It has definitely revolutionized the entire concept of social action, and it has brought about many changes in various fields, such as the field of education, field of environment, etc., making it the most efficient way of reaching out to a person and mobilizing public support. Yes, definitely. Social media is definitely paving the way for change. It has completely changed the way that we think, the way that we shop, the way that we receive news, the way that we learn. And yes, it has brought about a lot of positive changes in the field of social action and in the community in general.
In the era when digital space has flooded all arenas of activities, we see professionals like Sangam Iyer propagating their work and beliefs through this medium. He is a journalist at Reuters and is the mind behind the peaceful protest against New Year mass molestation that happened in Bengaluru. And here are his views.
The New Year's Eve thing was something that's very weird because people assemble there every year, people go there every year, they know what's happening, they know what could happen. But something of this sort happening is very uncanny. I mean, nobody knows exactly what happened, but because of the crowd, and they don't have crowd control and a lot of other things. More than that, the defensive attitude is what triggered me. Triggered me and a lot of other people, not just me. Because the response, if you see after the incident, the cops were like, no, nothing like that happened, and the ministers were like, no, it depends on the dress, and people are going there, and the Western attitude and stuff like that. Those kind of responses is what you don't expect from someone who's sitting and framing our policies, framing our rules, and keeping law and order in this society. When I started this particular event on Facebook, I did not think that so many people would come in for support. I started on my own. I had not had any affiliations with any organizations, and there was nothing that I could count as support. But as it progressed with the emotions of a lot of citizens, they all started throwing in their support, and within a span of 5-6 days, I literally had a team of people who were working along with me to do for these causes and a lot of other things. Also, after I finished my the peaceful protest on 14th, we also collaborated with I Will Go Out campaign, which is a nationwide thing, and which happened on Saturday. Why is this important? Because social media pulls in people, a lot of people who I don't even know. I mean, 98% of the people over there is some people who I don't know, I've not met at all. I got support from random people. I mean, I don't even know them. It's just weird. I mean, I didn't think I would ever get support. Someone actually asked me this question. He's like, how did you go about it? I mean, you just started it on your own. I said, I really don't know. I just started because I was angry, number one. I just started the event saying that, come what may, I'll just do it. And people started coming in and like, hey, you know what, this is a good thing. I would join you. A lot of people came in, and I had a team which I never even thought of. I did all the work for like 3-4 days. Once I had a team, I was very confident that this would go somewhere, and it did go somewhere. I have received hate speech during this campaign, saying that it's just a small issue. Why you making it something big, and such things. And I choose to ignore rather than retaliate, because retaliate on social media is like talking to a wall. You know who you're talking to, and it just makes no sense. So I move along with people who support me. And that's how I do. I think this generation is very tech savvy, which is good, but a lot of them are also turning to the other side. They're moving away from social media, which I've seen. I've done it a couple of times because I got fed up of social media. At one point, I turned it off for like 2 months. In my day-to-day, I use social media for everything. Even for my work, it's very important for my work. I use a lot of Twitter because that helps me pull in my news, breaking news, or any sort of thing. I'm a part of a team where we absolutely rely on social media for pulling up news or any sort of thing that's breaking, and that's very, very, very important in terms of media coverage. And Twitter, for example, is the most important for news coverage because it's very instant. Given the number of users are less, but still a lot of them are reliant on Twitter to give out news, and it's very, very important these days.
Passionate individuals build networks of people through simple tools of social media and take action to the streets. Whether it is the beginning of actual change is debatable, but it is absolutely amplifying these efforts for change. Some instances from the past are the Arab Spring, Occupy Wall Street, hashtag Support Nepal Story, hashtag Black Lives Matter, and hashtag I Will Go Out. The Arab Spring uprising in the Middle East to overthrow their authoritarian governments was extensively propagated through social media. A reminiscent of Arab Springs was Occupy Wall Street, which called for economic and political reforms, was spread via Facebook and Twitter. Support Nepal Story, which happened in 2015, used social media extensively to rehabilitate the victims of simultaneous earthquakes in Nepal. Black Lives Matter, a movement that ignited conversation about police killings of unarmed black citizens, had enormous social media presence. The hashtag Black Lives Matter had a total of 40.8 million tweets and 100,000 web links and spanned almost every corner of social networks. Hashtag I Will Go Out spread like wildfire in our country after the mass molestation incident in Bengaluru. The movement called for women to fearlessly go out and occupy public spaces where even they have equal rights as men. Fibers of change have been sown. Social media and activism are creating a tapestry of change. A change never imagined before but possible now.